say. But right now, like I'm saying, if you had to go there and live there,
Yeah.
you'd be sweeping a dirt floor.
Never be out of work though, right?
No, you just keep sweeping
All fucking day.
all day, looking for that bottom, looking for the bottom.
God damn it!
God damn it! I thought I had it.
I don't even want to go to bed.
No.
Sweep yourself a basement.
Yeah, sweep yourself a basement.
Someone tall's coming over.
My guys literally, like right now, this time of year, if I go on, one of them's on Facebook Live, and they're just sitting there. Like, Jamaicans are weird. I'm telling you, I'm not kidding you, Kev. They'll sit there and just stare on Facebook Live and stare at the camera. It's,
yeah?
Hey, Wes?
The guy that does our
Sorry.
transport from the airports and stuff.
Hey, you gotta get in that mic.
He posted a picture of his ex-wife went after his fridge with an axe.
Really?
Yeah, it was fucked. So they were breaking up, and there was a picture, like he did a video thing of his kitchen, and there was a fucking hatchet sitting in his fucking
Wedged in the fridge?
Yeah, it was still stuck in his fucking fridge.
That's awesome.
Sorry. Was he doing with a wedge in a fridge?
Him and his girlfriend broke up.
Him and his girlfriend broke up?
So she went fucking ballistic, and she fucking went after his fridge with a hatchet.
Yeah, machete.
Oh, his fridge.
Stuck in the,
A machete, is what they call it.
This is a Jamaican love affair?
That's what he's saying. Yeah,
Yeah, oh,
this
yeah.
is a West story.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
No,
See, Jamaicans are some of my favorite people in the world. Don't get me wrong.
but what's weird about him?
When they do Facebook Live videos and they just stare at their own face.
Yeah, I think there's teenage girls that do that too, eh?
Yeah, they just stare at their own face. It's awkward. And their version of dancing is literally fucking with clothes on. It's like taking dry humping to like a fucking extreme level, like turn it into a sport. And then you'll have your buddy 5 feet away with his phone taking a video of you. Just watching. Yeah.
It doesn't sound like a bad night though, eh?
It doesn't. You'd go home with I think a bruised heart on.
Yeah.
Eh?
Yeah. I see how violently they are like humping people.
Yeah,
and those
it's their version of dancing. And they'll put a woman's forehead through drywall. Like they're humping that hard. But that's dancing.
Yeah, I've seen it actually in real life, but I've also seen it in clubs too where people like are trying to make that a Canadian thing.
Yeah, like it's
I don't think it goes over as well.
No, I think it's a Caribbean thing. It's not just Jamaican, it's a Caribbean thing.
Yeah.
Like they do that in other like Bahamas, I think.
They really
they really like to shove their pants dick against a woman's pants bosom.
Yeah. Or their bosom, or like titty fucking dry humping. They probably
against their ass.
Or their
it's literally like doggy style. Like they do doggy style.
Not their bosom, but their what's another their
rump.
Their rump.
Their rump, that's a better term.
Yeah, their rump.
And they literally like bend them over. Like they'll force their head down ahead of them.
Yeah.
Like it's literally like animals mating in the wild.
You call it animals? I call that's how men fuck, Beef. That's what we do. Yeah. It's not supposed to be pretty, you know? You see any other animals that are like, blowing kisses to each other before?
No, you're right.
It's pretty. Go in there and get it done.
There's usually blood, and there's usually gripping, and yeah, you're right.
It's quick.
It's quick.
You're not apologizing for.
You know what? You're
quick.
Right though.
No lions ever going like, sorry, I was so
too
quick.
Fast.
No crying.
No, they run away after. It's awesome.
Yeah.
See you later.
And then there's fucking dogs that get stuck to each other.
Yeah, because of their like knitting needle cocks.
Well,
isn't that what it is?
Swole. They go swole.
Swells are right shut, and then they're just stuck together.
They're just stuck together. I fucking seen it one time, and then the dog fucking turned like to run away, and I'm like, oh, that fucking probably hurt. Like, dog's dick went inverted. Like,
no, man.
It's like fucking let that thing go. Let it go.
She had like a pussy trap, eh? Just got him, eh?
Fucking. It's like
like a finger trap. But
it's like if a woman were to do the old legs around, clench around you. You try to go to pull out and you can't.
Yeah, I would like that. I would like that.
You would like that?
Yeah, I would. I would like that. I would think it'd be good. I would like to be trapped in a vagina. Yeah.
Yeah.
You wouldn't turn and run?
No, it's my favorite place to be. I think I would enjoy it. Yeah. there's nothing-
I've never pulled out in my life. Ever.
Ever?
Wow.
Ever.
You never? Have you ever seen a load?
No.
Never, ever. That's
Never pulled out. Never.
You never filled a belly button or?
Wow, we haven't even
Not once.
started. We haven't even started the show. and we
Oh,
got a
I thought you
revelation
did
like this.
start. No, I've never.
No, we're recording and we're on all the platforms, but we can't really start a show,
Oh,
Beaver,
I've never.
until we do one thing,
Yeah, you're right.
and then we get to talk about this juicy tidbit. Right? And so, but we got to do the one thing first, and that's called the theme song. People, hit it, Kev.
Let's hit it.
No, hit it.
Not even a back?
Nope.
Wow.
Never.
The legend just gets better.
Yeah, I'm excited. Think about it. Never. Hot crowd. Thank you, everybody. Welcome to the Dutch Hall. We're back in the pool shed for another, whatever, Thursday night this is. It's not Thursday, it's Wednesday, but whatever it is. It's Thursday to some people, because you're listening to this on Thursday, I'm sure. But we're back in the Dutch Hall. We're here for the greatest podcast in the history of mankind, the Dutch Hall with Pete Van Dyk. And we have a bunch of regulars. We crowd the hall with a bunch of regulars this week. We've been having guests in, and we thought, enough of these fucking people from elsewhere.
Yeah.
I want to find out what real people from real, like, salt of the earth places in southwestern Ontario, like outside of the major metropolises, like, what do regular people think about what's going on? So I had in the greatest cast I could come up with. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce them. First of all, we have the guy running the board, the All-Star of Season 8, and so far he's doing okay to put his name in for Season 9. Ladies and gentlemen, Kevin Fingers Van Dungeon.
Yeah. Right on, Kevin. Right on. Wave the finger.
Right beside me, I don't even know if he's on camera this week because he is to be ashamed of himself. But ladies and gentlemen, we'll give him a brief introduction. Robot Dave, everyone. Robot Dave.
Job ball.
That's fantastic.
Well, he's a nice crowd, isn't he?
He's the oddball this week.
Yeah, very nice. He can just sit there. We have a more important guest. It's really nice to have him back. He's one of my favorite. I'm not even going to say one of my favorite. My favorite person we've ever had on the Dutch Hall ever. He was my favorite member of the Nocturnal Emissions, and to be honest, he's my favorite person I've ever went to his wedding in Jamaica. I'll tell you, I've never been to anyone else's wedding in Jamaica that I've liked more than this man right here. Whiskey, Wes Heagens, everyone.
Yeah.
Nice to have you back, Wes. Yeah, it's just like it's like you're exactly where you should be, Wes. It's nice to see you right there. But the guy beside you now here just dropped a bomb,
No doubt.
and we have to introduce him, ladies and gentlemen, the man who has never in the history of mankind taken his penis and pulled it out and ejaculated. He's only done it inside a woman. Derek Beaver Van Heughten, everyone.
Yeah. I'm back. Running deep.
Oh, man, I love this. So many questions. So just a quick introduction for me. I'm the host of the show and two-time President's Club Award winner, Pete Van Dyk.
Yeah.
Okay. This show writes itself. I can't believe it. Beaver has made a claim. I got to see if there's already people that are chatting on this thing because, no, there's not. No one cares. Good. All right. Beaver, now, in order to substantiate this claim, I need to ask a few questions about this. Number one, You lost your virginity, correct, to a woman.
Yes.
And when you did this, you ejaculated, right?
Yes.
And this
First
was,
time, like it is what they say. It sucks.
yeah,
Like
but
as in
you're wearing a condom, right?
Yeah.
So you didn't pull out. You would
No,
ejaculated.
actually, my first time was actually a little bit of an issue
Oh, boy.
because from my recollection, condom broke.
Oh,
Tensions were hot. Windows were steaming. Things had to happen. So.
yeah.
So yeah, the condom it was one of those hold it in scenarios and then the roommate showed up.
Oh, so you never got to finish?
It was like almost like I can't even almost can't describe it. It was like I was like on the cusp of finish,
Yeah.
and it was like, oh shit, we need to move. So it just kind of didn't happen. Like I didn't finish.
Yeah, yeah.
And
Yeah.
then I had to finish. And then I had to finish in the bathroom with her. Like she came and with me, and I finished in the bathroom.
Right. But in normal,
Like we went for round 2. So first time
and
was
that time the condom didn't break.
there was no condom.
No condom, but then you ejaculate inside of the woman.
Yeah.
That's so crazy to me. Number one, what year would this be? Like this would be in the
For me, this was, I could tell you, fucking
would it be like in
High
the 2000s?
high school was, when was in high school? When did I graduate from high school? No, we're knocking on
Around the cusp of the century.
yeah, right around Y2K, right around there.
And that time, man, like they haven't figured out age yet. We still think Magic might die, right?
Yeah.
At that point.
Well, no, apparently it's almost like they haven't figured it out, but apparently like he's still going.
Yeah, I know, but at that time, you don't know if you were just planting seeds and girls.
Oh
you know?
yeah, it was. You were playing Russian roulette.
Yeah, you're crazy, man.
Yeah.
And then not to mention babies, and then like
Yeah.
all that stuff.
Like there was
And
the
like-
conversation of a condom. There was a condom, but it just never got on.
Yeah. Did you ever get an STD?
Never. And I was regularly tested too.
Lucky man.
Yeah, I just it was
You got all the best.
it was not necessarily by choice, but I was like selective with my situations.
Like, I mean, I wish I could make a claim like that. Like, I never did that. Like, obviously, but sometimes you just want to see it, don't you? You just want to, like, see how much you got in you. So you're just like, well, maybe I'll just put this one on the tummy.
Well, I just go by you go by reaction. Like you get a holy shit, that was a lot, or holy, 'cause
Yeah,
they gotta
full up.
then they gotta go fucking go sit on the toilet.
Yeah,
usually.
Yeah.
So usually there's some cleanup no matter what.
Yeah, what I do when I'm finished having sex is usually, like, I keep it in there, like, to hold all the product in there.
Yeah.
And then what I do is I make my wife put her face to the end of the bed, and then we kind of like shimmy. with
Oh,
our
so you guys
bodies.
do it like a team. It's like teamwork.
Yeah, and then when I get her face,
It's
to
just
the,
a
when I
quick
get her-
move.
when I get her face to the carpet, I say to her, you're gonna probably want to use your hands because we're doing the wheelbarrow.
We're doing
Right.
the.
And then
We've
she's
all.
got a wheelbarrow to the toilet so it
Yeah.
doesn't leak out.
Oh, I've done the
And then-
wheelbarrow. I've done the wheelbarrow before. You have to.
Yeah, you have to. And then when you get close enough to the toilet, you just toss her vagin at the toilet water.
Yeah.
Hopefully, and then you're like, your problem now, baby.
Yeah. And then you're just strutting around your bedroom like you're fucking, a fucking king of your bedroom.
So you never like shot some web slingers across the room or nothing like that?
No, I never made a mess. No, I was never.
Well, that's one thing you can say
I'm
about
a
people.
tidy person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It would bother me because the next thing you can't find it or something.
I shouldn't tell this story, but I think it's so funny. One time when I was just dating, I'm a young man,
Yeah.
Anyways, I'm getting a handy down in the, in her parents' basement,
See that's kinky.
And well,
Did you guys
not
create-
at the time? You're like a teenager, like a handy's like as far as you gone.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
But anyways, I blew a wad all over brother's baseball cards.
The value instantly goes down. Oh, yeah. Sorry, buddy. Your fucking Hank Aaron rookie card is now no longer Hank
Yeah.
Aaron. It's White Aaron.
Stuck to George Bell.
Roger Clemens is stuck to George Bell. I don't know how that happened.
Oh shit, he was really on steroids.
Yeah, I remember being like, I remember like seeing it right on one of the guys' like faces for real. Like it was on a thing. It was a big like glob because we were like cleaning up. Kind of went haywire at the end. Then
panic set in,
and then I like find this card and it's like a huge like chunk on there, and I'm like, holy mackerel! Look at this one. Gotta wipe it off with a washcloth.
There's a few kids on that card.
Yeah, man. Every once in a while, when you do get a loadout and you're like, wow, that's a giant one, you know, like it's like you kind of are proud of yourself.
I was told by a doctor it's not safe to hold it in.
What? You shouldn't know. I think you have to blow out the pipes once in a while.
Yeah, like anything after I think it's 5 days.
I'll be right back.
She's pretty well dead. Yeah, she's pretty well dead.
You just gotta get rid of it, right?
And start a fresh batch. Yeah.
Yeah, I've been telling my wife that. She is like, that's not my problem. You know, so it's I have to take it in my own hands.
Yeah.
Also, I realized through the pandemic that love is not unconditional; it's very conditional.
Very conditional.
And I don't accept the conditions, so I don't get the love. You know, so sometimes I just like take it in my own hands, literally by jerking off.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Shaking hands with the unemployed.
Yeah, like pulling your cock until it pukes. Is that the romantic way to say it?
Yeah, that's the literal way to say it.
Anyways, you know, it's funny that we talked all of this dirty talk right off the hop when we titled this show, Our Opinion of the Truckers.
Yeah.
That'd be great. It'd be even better if we didn't talk about the entire show. Oh, by the way, Wes, at some point in the show, we should talk about the nocturnal emissions. I think I have a question I need to ask you in order to get this something taken care of. But we should save it to the end because it's really important. And but what were we saying again? Truckers? Or we don't want? Or yeah, we want to do the truckers. I want to talk about the truckers, and because I titled the show it, so I should talk about it, right? But this is what I think about the truckers. Number one, I want to preface this because this is not reflective of our program, the Dutch Hall. The Dutch Hall, we generally do not get political. I don't like to take a side because I hate all politicians. I think they're all shitty and they serve the needs of corporate money and their own fucking
agenda,
their own shit, right?
Yeah.
They don't give a fuck about us. If they knew that they're going to get reelected and all of us are going to die, they would let all of us die.
Yeah.
You know? Like they wouldn't care.
No.
The only reason they would want to pretend to keep us alive is because it would keep them their job, you know?
Oh, yeah, man.
They really don't care to serve us like public servants. So I hate politics across the board. I don't care what color you are, what like left, right, center, whatever it is. I don't care. I don't like any of you. Also, the second reason is because if anyone tells me that this is your ideology, like I'm a conservative, so I think this way, then or you have to think this way. It's like there's certain things I would say I agree with them on. There's other things I'd look at the liberals. I say I agree with them on that, and I agree with the NDP on that, and I agree with whoever on this.
Right.
Most people don't really feel the way a fucking political party would feel. You know,
makes
unless you're the type of person who's told what to think, and then you just blindly think what you're told. You don't have an independent thought,
and then you're part of a cult, more or less.
Yeah, you're just a fucking idiot. You know, like you're like a sheep or something. You know, but that being said, so that's why I don't like political parties. I wouldn't associate myself with any of them because they're all shit, and then it's not even realistic to say a party is going to reflect me. You know, like
right.
Like they're not going to find a party that's going to think like Pete Van Dyk. It's crazy. We'd just be
Good party though.
it'd be hilarious to listen to the speeches and then watch the fucking country go downhill quick. But it can be really worse than this. But anyways, but we are going to talk about this because I think that they've gone too far. In a lot of ways, they've gone too far at trying to like fucking just bullshit us. You know, like it's more like this trucker issue. Is it really like shone light on how fucking like fucked up the system is to me.
Right, because they're literally doing nothing.
That's part of it. But the other thing is, I knew about this trucker convoy like really early before it happened. Like I heard there's buzz on social media about it. It was becoming a thing, right?
Right, rumblings, yeah.
And then it's happening, and there's like fuck all for news coverage of it. And then when the news coverage does start, it's all really negative.
Right.
Oh, excuse me. And then it's all really negative, and it's just really painting like they're showing the swastika on the flag and the rebel
Confederate flag,
and they paint it out to be these. They're comparing it to like September or to like January 6th, and they're alt-right, this and that. And they're painting this evil boogeyman, you know?
Well, the problem is the media is painting, which that's not the job of media. The media is to exhaust or portray, not portray. Sorry,
It's supposed to be objective, right?
Right,
Objective, yeah,
objective for the public, you know.
But they're not. They're not reporting the news. They're telling a story,
right?
And they're telling the story that they want to tell, and it's following an agenda that they want to follow. You know.
Yeah.
Now that'll change if they think they can make more money being on the side of the truckers. They're going to switch sides, including Trudeau.
Yep.
He'll switch sides and pretend he was on their side the whole time once he realizes that's what he's got to do to save his ass.
Well, Pete, the problem is a bunch of Canadians protesting isn't really gonna sell the news because we're a bunch of they're dancing and fucking having a great time while they're protesting, and they're doing it in the right way. They're not looting and rioting and. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they will interview every annoyed neighbor,
right,
that lives in the neighborhood
before they interview a trucker. They still haven't interviewed any truckers.
Yeah, they don't want to give them a platform. Yeah,
no,
that's the thing. That's the whole reason that it's not going to go away. Because as long as you try to pretend they don't exist and like vilify them into being this like monster that they're not,
right? Then
they're going to say like, no, as long as you're like not treating me right, like you're not representing me, you're not treating me right. You're obviously fucking with me here, you know. Like this is then I'm not gonna like go away.
Right.
This is making me more angry.
Well, I think
more convicted in my thing. And this thing started out. Sorry, just let me finish it. But this thing started out as the truckers didn't want to have to be mandated to get a vaccine.
Right.
And if you listen to the way the government, like Trudeau especially, is talking about this shit, it's about like the vaccine. That it's the vaccine mandate. They boil it down to that simple thing, and that's how it started. But it's not where it is now.
No, it's everything.
Yeah, it's everything. It's everybody who's pissed off about the pandemic to this point is like, yeah, I'm pissed off just like these guys are. I'm on these guys' side. Fuck them. You know, and that's how we feel. You know why Black Lives Matter was such a big deal? It was a horrible thing, but they were killing black guys before all the time.
Right.
The reason was because we were in a lockdown. And then that happened. And then people were like, fuck this, you know, like they were mad at everything. And they were like, I don't want to feel like this anymore. I'm in a fucking house for a month. I'm watching my family suffer.
Yeah.
I'm suffering. I'm fucking not happy right now. And you're telling me that I'm a fucking alt-right nut job, you know?
The establishment is making me do all this. They need to hear frustrations, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
And then if I do too much, even on this show, about how I think some of the mandates are going too far based on how the virus has mutated and what the trends for further mutations is going to be. You know, like it would be. They can pull me,
Right.
You know, they can pull me for having that opinion, and that's
It's an opinion.
It's an opinion.
That's all it is. It's
You
an
know?
opinion. It's your personal opinion. It's not.
Well, someone might think you actually know what you're talking about.
Well, that's not
their fault.
Let's not forget your influence around the world too.
Yeah,
I think-
exactly. But like that's the thing. They wouldn't really pull me because nobody gives a fuck about me. But if all of a sudden I'm Joe Rogan, then they care about me, right? And that's the thing. They don't care about Joe Rogan until Joe Rogan's saying things that are messing with what they're trying to accomplish here. They're trying to push this mandate, these mandates. They're trying to exercise control over what you can and can't do, which is like if they can do this now, then how are they going to be able to use it for other things that they want to enforce? You know, like.
Well, I think their problem too is they're having a hard time accepting that Rogan's got 100 million followers on a fucking daily basis.
It's one dude that's got that much power. It's just a dude, and he's not beholden into anybody. So
he's
he
not
can just
in
keep
any.
doing it.
He's not behind any entity or anything. He's just he's just saying his opinion.
You know, it's
Yeah,
nuts.
that's scary to them.
Yeah.
Too much power to a person.
Right.
It's nuts too. Like if anybody's going to Rogan for their information, like really,
Right.
Yeah.
like he's just a comedian that does Fear Factor and commentates cage fights.
Yeah, but he also will have on like really expert professionals in their
Sure.
field.
He's had a lot of them, and he's just all he is talking out loud.
Well,
he's just talking out situations.
But they'll take
Giving-
an interview he has with
Jordan
like,
Peterson,
like Jordan Peterson. They'll put it at the same weight as the interview he has with
Bert Kreischer.
or that what's that nut job crazy guy that always yelling.
I know you're
9/11 guy. 9/11. I know.
Yeah,
who you're talking about,
he's a big dude.
yeah, fat guy. Alex Jones.
Yeah.
Alex Jones. Yeah.
Yeah, like Alex Jones is ridiculous.
He's
everything
intense.
about him is
Yeah,
ridiculous.
he's way too intense.
So over the top and
Yep.
they give him a platform to do his thing, which is like he's selling crazy entertainment in the States, and
Yeah.
it's
Right.
the same thing that the news channels do and everything. Like,
Right.
Yeah.
It's
Glorifying it.
It's like fucking. It's borderline parody. You wonder what this guy's doing. Like he can't really take himself that seriously.
So Rogan had Bernie Sanders on,
Yeah.
and he also had that. I was going to say Kamala Harris, but the girl from Hawaii. She was running for president at one point. In time
Yeah.
too. Tulsi Gabbard.
Yeah.
So, like, are they villains now too?
Yeah.
Like he just gives people a platform where they can talk for a long time, and it's not yelling and screaming over each other.
It's like that, but somehow, if they can make a connection in any way, like even if I was to have a person on my show that I don't agree with, like I just say I don't agree with them,
Right.
right? Like that Craig McLaughlin.
Yeah.
I didn't agree with anything Craig said at all. And at a certain point in time, I know this guy's not going to let me get a word in edgewise. He's got his mind made up that this is how he feels, and it doesn't matter how ill-informed he is, he's going to keep going on, like digging his heels in on this thing.
Mhm.
Mulrooney's the root of all evil, you know?
Yep.
But that guy to me, and I know it made Bonesy, our listener, angry, and I'm like, this is how some people think. And I at one point had to say, like, I'm not going to tell this guy to think differently.
No.
Even if I believe that I'm right and he's wrong. But for me to say, like, I'm going to cut that out of the show, because I thought, like, I didn't like that end of that show. I was really mad, like, because like I thought it was kind of like too political and like it was going to rub people the wrong way. But I thought, like, this is a real person who really thinks this, who's in the room.
Yep.
And it's who I'm not. I don't think it, but I'm going to put it on my show.
Right.
And it's a different viewpoint.
Yeah.
Like if some people might agree with it, it might promote discussion. It might make people who didn't think that way before maybe think of it for the first time or something, like now you look like I fucking hate algorithms. Those algorithms like on YouTube, and Facebook, and your advertising on Instagram and all that shit. They try to figure out who you are and what you want. They listen to your conversations and all that bullshit, and then all of a sudden you get an ad for what you were just talking about, that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Fucking hate it, because it only tells me what I already want.
Yeah,
Right.
confirmation bias, man.
You want new.
Yeah,
You want new.
I want to watch something that I don't know exists, so that or be exposed to something I don't agree with, but see it in context.
Yep.
So I can see the guy's full point rather than just hear a person that thinks like me take that stuff, take only the parts that like suit his or her argument, and then feed it back to me and tell me what I already think.
Right.
How is that expanding my mind? How am I learning about anything if I'm just being fed back what I already...
Yeah, that's what makes everybody think they're right. You know, I'm a YouTube expert or a Facebook expert because everything that I think is being confirmed by everything that I'm seeing.
Yeah, fuck that, man. I opt out all those things all the time if I can, if I see that I can do it, so they don't figure me out. And I notice it's working, and sometimes I'll just start saying shit that I don't want to the computer.
To hope to see if you get something else out of it.
Yeah, I'll just
well, that's why, and that's the problem with like TikTok and all that shit. There's too many it's full of fucking people twerking and doing fucking bullshit TikTok dances, and that's all you see all day long.
And then some dude puts a white lab coat on. He's an expert.
Yeah, well, but they're promoting stupidity, right?
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
They're promoting like over on the other side of the world. You won't see that shit on TikTok. Though they're promoting like the next genius or the next this or that. They want smart people over there. We're just fucking breeding retards.
Well, we are getting dumber by the year for sure. There's no question.
Going backwards, man. I may have said the wrong word there, but
yeah, bringing it back. Let's bring it back.
The R word.
We have. I said I've said it this is the third week in a row we've said it.
Oh, I didn't mean to do that.
Because I said it last week when I was talking about the previous week, where I called dolphins retarded whales.
Yeah.
And then because they are dumber than whales, right? Dolphins, don't you think?
Well,
everyone
a
thinks
dolphin is
dumb.
Is a mammal.
Yeah, they're a smart mammal.
Yeah.
But compared to a whale,
yeah. Oh.
Like if the two of them were together, it's like saying like a chimpanzee is a primate, like a human.
Right. You're right.
You know,
You're right.
Yeah, but I'm way smarter than a chimpanzee.
Right.
But they'll rip my face off.
Yep.
Right.
And laugh.
And throw shit at you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I think of a dolphin is like a chimpanzee, and to a human. Yeah, that's what I think.
Okay.
And I was trying to figure out where a manatee was, like an orangutan or something, or maybe I don't know. It's so hard to think like this, but it's what I do.
If you had to have one for a pet, what would you pick?
If I had to pick a smart sea mammal,
gorilla. No, okay, yeah.
Oh,
you got a pool, sure. Between a gorilla, chimpanzee, or a monkey.
I would take the gorilla.
It'd have to be tamed, right?
Relatively. Like, yeah, Pete could control it. It might not like other people.
A gorilla is a vegetarian, so I think I'd stand the best chance with a gorilla. A monkey, though, I could do a monkey. I'd really like an orangutan, though, if I could throw that one in the mix, because I saw one thing on TV where these orangutans would break into this like hut of the ranger in one of the jungles that they lived in, and they would steal the soap. And they just like to soap themselves
really
because they love lathering their body. They like to.
So my mom went to fucking where'd she go in the desert? Fucking she went on vacation with my aunt, and it was a big deal. Like they had to like have security guards to watch out for the orangutans.
Oh,
orangutans were mean.
Yeah. Well, they'll come in and take the food, right? Like or like
soap, I bet.
Well, maybe, but like while you're sleeping, right? They'll sneak into the fucking little huts, so you got to be careful.
What would you pick, Beav?
So say the three again.
Gorilla, orangutan, or a monkey.
See, I like a gorilla because I could ride a gorilla.
What about you, Wes?
I don't know. Anything that would go get me a beer.
Oh, I love it.
That's a good call.
I would have picked chimpanzee until they ripped that woman's face off because, like, you saw them all smoking cigars and riding bikes. They look like they're fun.
They
right?
don't show the ruthless side of them.
Yeah. But then now, and
throws a beer at you.
I heard it was a comedian that went to Michael Jackson's house or something like that. Maybe it was Chappelle or something. No, I don't know who. What? No, Eddie Murphy or something.
Mm-hmm.
He met Bubbles. You know Bubbles, the chimpanzee, because he went to Michael Jackson's house, and then he's like, Eddie Murphy says like, Michael Jackson said, "Stay away from Bubbles. Like he's a psycho. He's a psycho. Yeah. Like and it was not like a well kept monkey, like or a chimp. It was like
in the cage.
Yeah.
In the cage, you are stuck in captivity.
And who'd have thought Michael Jackson wouldn't be a good caretaker for a jungle animal? You know?
Imagine a gorilla answering your door for you.
I don't know if you can teach a gorilla much. Did I ever tell you my gorilla story?
No.
Because it's one of my favorite things that really happened to me. That's why I think I must have told it 100 times. So, but I don't. Maybe I've never told this on the show. But one time I lived in London, England. I feel like I'm a dad that's getting around to tell a story to his kids before bed.
Yeah,
that's what I just kind of feel like.
Let's get a new one. Let's get a new one.
Gather around, everyone. We're going to tell the story when Uncle Pete went to London. I lived in England, and my wife, who was my girlfriend at the time, came to visit me. We went to the London Zoo, which is right behind where I lived, and they had an enclosure. It was an interesting day. I had a chimpanzee, like you know how female chimpanzees, when they're in heat, they're like pussy.
Swells up. Yeah,
it becomes like a basketball that sits outside of their body.
I didn't know that.
Giant, huge, like basketball pussy that just hangs outside of their body. Anyways, this chimpanzee was swinging around with the basketball pussy, and it swung like by the fencing where I was standing, and I got like chimpanzee piss on my coat.
Oh.
And I was like, chimpanzee.
Chimpanzee was throwing its scent on you.
And I was like, let's go to see the gorilla. So we go to the gorilla enclosure. It's a glass.
So in this moment, you have the chimpanzee
piss on my coat.
Yeah.
But I don't think the gorilla could smell it. But it's in a glass enclosure, but I don't know.
Oh, okay.
But so I go up to the glass, right? And there's a gorilla that's in there that's really looking miserable.
Yeah.
He's kind of like rocking back and forth, and he's miserable. And then there's another gorilla that's like off in the distance. You can just see it off in the distance. And then the like ranger comes around saying, we put this new female in with the male, and they are both in a bad mood because they don't want to have to get to know each other, you know?
Yep.
And so that's what they say to us. And then I'm watching the gorilla who's close to the glass where I'm standing, and I kind of go up to the gorilla and I'm looking at him through the glass, and he's like at first not very interested in me, like kind of annoyed by it.
Yeah.
But me doing it. But then he all of a sudden like decides to get up and walk up to me, like all the way to the glass.
Yeah.
And he's looking right at my face, like me and the gorilla, face to face at the glass. And I'm like, this is so cool.
And you didn't move; you just stood there and stared.
I stood there. I'm like,
stare down.
Come on, fucking girl. I'm not going to blink.
Like a UFC fight, like a press conference.
Yeah, I'm like, there's a piece. They're not. It's not going to be able to get through the glass. So I'm like doing this, and then the gorilla fucking turns around and puts its like ass towards me. You know, he's got his back toward me.
Yeah.
And he puts his hand underneath his like
his
balls and stuff.
He did the shit throw.
And he shits in his hand.
Yeah.
Right? He shits into his hand. And then he turns around and he comes back to the glass and he shows me the shit. He's holding it to like this, and he eats the shit out of his hand. He eats the shit right out of his hand. He's
wow.
He's just looking at me eating the shit out of his hand.
That is intense.
A gorilla, yeah.
What a stare down.
It's fucking awesome.
You should have did it to him.
It was really cool. I should have, yeah.
I thought
that you won. I was like, you win, buddy.
Yeah.
I ain't doing that.
I thought he would have thrown it at the glass, like so monkeys.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
They'll
throw shit, but this guy ate it. I never saw eating it coming.
I wonder what he would have done if you did the same thing. Like not necessarily shit, but it looked like you're eating.
He would turn it up a notch.
Yeah, probably.
Tugged one out in his hand and ate it.
Yeah, then he would start pulling out organs. You know, like whatever he's got to do. I think he was not willing to lose to me. But because he started strong. Like, I wouldn't start with shit.
No.
No. Yeah, where do you go from there?
I would beat my chest or something.
You know? Glass even, but
yeah. But no, he ate his own shit right at me. And I was like, man, I haven't even heard of an animal doing that before.
That gorilla wasn't fucking around.
Yeah. That's still the only time that's ever happened to me. Yeah.
Oh, I wish you had one more story. Like
yeah, imagine if that does happen again. I go to a different zoo. I was at the Chicago Zoo. You wouldn't believe it. Another gorilla just ate his shit right in front of me.
Same gorilla.
My wife, my wife and my sister-in-law took the kids to the zoo this summer or last summer, and they were gonna go to like I think it was African Lion Safari or something. One of them. I didn't know there was multiples, but apparently there's many zoos around here.
Oh yeah.
And
There's a Killian Zoo.
she's like, Julie's like, yeah, we're gonna go to the monkey enclosure with the vehicle. I'm like, no, you're fucking not. Like what? So I come back and my truck's all fucked up. No, we were thinking about taking the baggy truck. I'm like, I don't care how much it's worth. That what you're just gonna willingly fuck my vehicle up so that you can stare at some monkeys on the hood?
Some of them don't get wrecked.
Really?
Some of them don't get wrecked.
Oh,
Good for an antenna, though, usually.
yeah.
You do want to put that antenna down if you can.
If you can.
Yeah, but I know that my sister wrecked her vehicle at African Lion Safari, and she said it was a rhino.
Really?
Yeah, and I'm like, I didn't see any rhinos there, but it was like the vehicle a rhino. You know, like one of those rhinos, like that you drive. I think that's what it was. Or maybe it was a fucking rhino. You know, you remember stories different.
My kid fed a hippo.
A hippo?
Out of a zoo, yeah. Through a cage.
Those are killers, eh?
Yeah, man. They're the biggest killer.
They just look like pigs, eh?
Yeah, I think they dropped like a watermelon or a squash or something.
Oh,
and there was a little trough. And you could only go so far, but he dropped the squash down and went right into the friggin' hippo's mouth wide open. It's like, holy fuck.
When we used to still go to Marineland, which is now I wouldn't go there. I think it's awful what they do.
Yeah.
But
the old orcas sitting there fucking curled tail.
Yeah, like that's the apex predator is a orca, right?
Yeah.
Like, there's nothing like a great white shark. There was a show I saw, great white shark versus orca. Right.
Oh, orca's winning big time.
Orca always wins. They're everything. Even humpback whales are afraid of an orca, you know, because orcas are the real killers.
They team up, right?
And so some fucking animal loving like young sweet academic girl, overachieving young lady, you know, she pursues a career in marine biology because she loves dealing with the dolphins and the smart, the whales.
Meanwhile, it's all caged up animals.
And then she goes and works with one of these fucking orcas, and then they fucking eats her fucking whole head off.
What?
You know? How many? They kill their trainers, those orcas.
Killer whale tank.
And then
I never heard of that happen.
Yeah, they're just like young girls that think they're like helping out, and then the orca just one day just says like, "Fuck you, you're ruining my life. I should be going through the oceans." You know, like
my mother-in-law seen when she was in Vancouver. Her sister, they have a place in Vancouver, and they were by the ocean, and in this little cove outside of the hotel room. Magically, they were watching them one day, and next thing you know, there's like 7 killer whales that were fucking orca whales that were fucking that they blocked in the cove, like they blocked in the channel because they were going after these sea lions.
Oh yeah.
But they blocked the whole thing in, like there were no boats getting out. It was fucking cool. They were jumping out of the water. And shit.
I see sometimes where they see the orcas come in, and then the boat owners get like kind of freaked out because they'll come in and fuck the boats up.
Yeah.
Because we gotta shut that off.
Oh,
you mind again that be? It hurt. Did you guys hear crackle in a pot before the furnace went on? Anyways, I was thinking about what were we saying? The orcas. Oh, I went to Marineland, and I went when my kids were young, and you got to feed the bears. They have polar bears and stuff there.
what's that like? They can be pretty skinny as fuck, or they can be big as fuck. No.
Well, it was both. It was really. It looked like a really tall, skinny person. You know, like a.
It looked like,
or like I used to be fat, and then you lost a lot of weight, like because it was kind of hanging.
Looked like an NBA player, 7 foot tall, 150 pounds.
Yeah, because you know what you were feeding them? Corn pops.
What?
That's what we were.
That's their diet, no?
Yeah, in the wild, most polar bears eat corn pops.
Yeah, they go to the Kellogg's factory up in Antarctica.
Yeah.
Did you ever go to Marineland?
I never.
Marineland also has a courtyard because it's like it's supposed to be. I think it's a fucked up place, Marineland in Niagara Falls. It's got like a courtyard. I think it's supposed to be like old medieval court or something. Like the theme of the place, like medieval or something.
Yeah.
So you go to this one thing. It's like a courtyard, but it's all full of fucking diseased. I don't know why I'm swearing so much today, but diseased deer. Diseased deer.
Really?
They're like deer, but they have like all big, huge goiters and like big tumors and shit on them.
Why would they do
You
that?
you've been there?
Yep.
Yeah, it's gross, right? Like the deer are like you see them and you're like, these are the most unhealthy deer I've ever seen.
Like
in my
it looks
life.
like a deer that would be in an apocalypse.
Yeah, it's awful, man, and it's sad looking. And then they look like they're suffering everywhere. And same with the bears. The bears were not in good shape either. Like this place is not something to be proud of, Marineland. It's a piece of shit.
Is it still open?
I don't know.
They were talking about closing it.
I think they got a lot of shit over
The whale thing, I know
The whale thing
they had
was
to get
big.
rid of the whales, which I think. Then they were allowed to keep the dolphins,
I'm telling you, up until
but they still have that walrus, and they had a whole documentary about the walrus they have there.
like I'm almost positive my wife went there like not this past year, the year before, and the whale was still there.
The whale was
But
still there?
yeah, but just after that, I think the whale died. I think that was the
Oh, it
icing
died
on-
before they had to move it. I think
Yeah.
that is right.
I
or
think that was the
something.
icing on the cake that the whale died, and then it was like fucking media central.
No more whale. But that's fucked. The whole place is gross. And then, but you know who played there all the time? You could go when you did go to the lunch park. You go to the lunch like to get your like hamburger and French fries for your kids or whatever.
Yeah.
And there in the courtyard, in the like where you eat, is Walter Ostenack,
the.
the Poker King. You
Oh,
know the Poker
shit.
King, Walter
No.
Ostenack.
I have no idea.
Oh, he's a 3-time Grammy Award winner.
Oh shit.
I don't know if maybe even be more than that.
I bet you've heard his music at weddings.
Probably.
Yeah, have you
probably,
ever been to Oktoberfest in Waterloo?
yeah.
Walter Ostenack's always the biggest draw there. Like he does like he wrote the chicken dance, didn't he?
Oh yeah.
He had that show, Polka Time.
Yeah, Polka Time.
I'm not gonna lie to you. My Oktoberfest experiences were amazing, but many parts of them I don't remember.
That's how they work,
You know,
actually.
Yeah.
you know,
The end of it actually doesn't happen for anybody.
Like what I always had trouble with October with that festival is like I was a bar scene person, so I wanted some upbeat music I could hit
Club kid.
hit the dance floor, you know.
Yeah.
You know, meet some people on the dance floor.
Yeah.
Well, when you're doing the chicken dance, not exactly a turn on for
you
a
like
woman,
that,
you know.
Papa.
Yeah,
See, this is the difference between me
you
and
got a
Beaver.
fucking you got a huge fucking sausage on a bun in your hand, and you're like, "How's it going?" Yeah, how's it going? Like, it's not exactly.
That's my style, man. Right? That is my style. That's how
Oh,
I'd
really?
like to meet a woman is at a Buck and Doe, and then I'd like to court her for a short period of time and then marry her.
Oh yeah, I love Buck and Does. Hey, Buck and Does I love.
But you
My
are
kryptonite is-
a club kid who wants to come deep into women.
Yeah. My kryptonite is the when you get into the chicken dance and all that bullshit.
Oh yeah, that's the only thing I'll dance to is a chicken.
Like
dance.
I used to hit, I used to hit up that festival up with a lot was cousin Jeffrey.
Oh, my cousin Jeffrey.
Yeah, the greatest time ever. That guy.
Oh, he is he would probably do very well at a
Very
Oktoberfest.
well.
Yeah.
Very well.
Yeah.
Yeah, like even though he's younger than me, I learned a couple things off him.
Smooth operator, that guy.
Smooth operator.
Yeah. He's a real professional now. Now he's a professor.
Now he's a professor.
Yeah. So you should you got to show him. He's not.
Got to call him Mr. DeConnick.
Oh wow.
To people, he is Mr. DeConnick.
Yes, he is. He's a real professor. And
Yeah.
I traveled with him one time, and it was all classical music and red wine. I'll tell you.
He's. I've been
It
to
was
many.
we were driving a pickup truck, drinking it, but
Suit jackets with leather on the elbows.
yeah, it's classy now.
Yeah.
We're smoking pipes.
Oh really?
Yeah, nice cherry tobacco in that.
I was like, I do say, Peter.
He'd fall in line with like a. He's almost like on the verge of Ron Burgundy. I'd say.
I like him.
My Jeffrey he's a Ron Burgundy.
I like
real
his
smooth.
program he runs.
Yeah.
I like the program he runs. I'll tell you that. And I don't
Like-
know. I feel uncomfortable talking about this much about him, but I'm telling you, I am. I'm only saying flattering things.
Me too.
He really is. He really does run a cool program. He does his thing and he does whatever he wants.
Yeah.
I like all guys like that.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Even though some of them I don't agree with their decisions,
No.
but I like the fact they're just doing their own thing.
Yeah, like we used to hit up ski resorts and shit all the time too. Those were those good days.
I saw a guy at the bank today that was doing his own thing. He took his pants and and he tucked his pants into like wool socks. Like he pulled his wool socks up. He was wearing shoes with wool socks.
Oh, and you could
then
see the wool socks, yeah, and pulled them over top of his pants. And
to his knee.
To the knee?
Like to as high as the wool sock will go,
Like
you
a
know?
work sock?
Over a work sock, over the pants.
That's a heavy Delhi thing. That sock probably looked like it came from Crompton's home.
It was Simcoe. It was Simcoe. And
Dark blue jeans?
no, it was like a faded jean.
Okay.
Yeah, like a nice faded
Just
like
wondering about the
jean, a little bag.
contrast.
But I'd say it was like a boot cut. And, he was running a nice, like heavy, angry mustache. Like he was like a gray mustache, and he had a real like serious, like opinionated look on his face. Like
So this guy didn't give a fuck.
He didn't give a fuck at all, and that's what I said to my daughter. I'm in the vehicle. I'm like, see that guy?
Yeah.
Like, he looks like he's a real problem, but he doesn't give a fuck at all. Like, he doesn't care. Like, that move of him tucking his pants in his socks is because it kept his pants from getting wet, and you guys are all the stupid ones for not doing it.
And
you know?
he would be strong on that point.
Yeah, function over fashion, man. Like, this guy's got a point, you know?
If you pointed it out, he'd be just like, who gives a fuck what you think?
Yeah.
You know, he would specifically tell you you're wrong.
You're wrong, and you're probably an idiot.
Yeah.
Get away from me.
Yeah.
Or I'm going to kill you with my mustache.
Get away from me with your wet pants, you fucking pigeon.
Yeah. Look at your pants. What is that? Like a slim cut? I'm running a
And that isn't,
cut.
and that wouldn't be
TSC.
Yeah, that wouldn't be his only weird situation either. He'd probably live life by those kinds of situations.
Huh?
Like he'd live life like by doing weird shit like that. Like
everything is weird.
Everything is fucking left. He's going left when everybody's going right.
It's all function. Though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what's weird about that? What you just said?
What's that?
Is that I think I'm that same way. I think I'm opposite of everyone, and I think everyone's like I am, and they're not.
But you're not extreme that way. You're not extreme. No, like as in you're not like there's not flashing lights over your head and a fucking walking down the street kind of thing.
But some people think I'm pretty fucking kooky.
No, but I think you do it in your own way.
Yeah.
Like
some people don't
subtle.
Like some people don't get me.
Oh.
Like they'll ask me to like I'll say two things to them and they're like you can see by their face. They don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Like, they just don't get a guy like me. They can't figure me out or something. Like
So you're getting the look of, oh, fuck, I just
what
lost
is
you.
this guy?
I just lost you.
Yeah, and then I know I lost him. I said something stupid. Or something that people are uncomfortable with.
I'm just learning every day that we ain't here for a long time, man. Might as well be here for a good time.
Yeah, but I
really
can't.
are McConaughey.
What was that?
Fuck.
Days of Confused.
Ooh, yeah.
Are you quoting Trooper on this show? Is that
Oh,
what you're saying?
yes, he is.
Fuck yeah. I'm gonna quote. You know what I also heard, Beef?
What's that?
Love stinks, man.
Love stinks.
No, love bites.
Love bites, yeah.
That's
Love
Nazareth, right?
Yeah.
Love does stink, though, too.
Love stinks, too. That's another song.
It does.
Love stinks.
And love bites, love bleeds. Depends what band you're listening to.
I guess so.
Bites was Def Leppard.
Yeah.
Def Leppard's Love Bites?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that is Def Leppard, but it goes like this. Love bites. Love bleeds.
Nazareth was Love Hurts, wasn't it?
That's
Yeah,
right.
Nazareth was Love Hurts. Yeah.
Love Stinks was from an Adam Sandler movie.
Oh, right. Was that him singing it?
Yeah, it was.
Oh, yeah.
It was. That was a wedding singer, wasn't it? Yeah.
I like the wedding singer.
I did too.
I like that Arquette that played the Boy George character. It's perfect in that movie. Just there to make everyone uncomfortable.
They're really turning on him. You better get back in there.
That's good. Those movies, those Sandler movies, like
Gold.
Sometimes you watch them and you like, man, this, like I don't know, I feel kind of embarrassed.
And then you hit the right time.
And then you're like, this is pretty good.
Yeah.
It's like it checks all the boxes. I like it.
Billy Madison's pretty funny all the time.
Yeah, but I gotta admit, in Billy Madison, I do love that movie. The shampoo is better, the cream rinse is better. I'm like, I'm not gonna show that scene to my friends when I'm talking. I like that movie. You know,
I like that Veronica Marsh is one hot piece of ace.
Yeah, I know from experience. No, you don't. Well, you can imagine.
Or hey, Billy, it's Nudie Magazine Day.
Oh, there's somebody.
There is Billy.
I like the when, hey, you want to get a donkey truck? I'll go get a bucket and some beer. Yeah, it's a good movie.
Yeah.
Veronica Vaughn. She was married to Pete Sampras. Pete Sampras.
Was she?
The
Pete
tennis
Sampras?
player.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Veronica Vaughn was married to him. She was a fine piece of ass, actually.
Mm-hmm. I have a friend.
If pissing in your pants makes you cool, then that makes me Miles Davis. Is that what she says, the old lady?
Sandler pretty much had the ultimate career, no? You got
man.
to do whatever the fuck you wanted, whether it was a stupid movie or not.
And always with his friends.
And with his friends, and he makes $1 gazillion. And it seemed easy the whole time.
Like, he would wake up in a day and be like, they're like, oh, the worst Adam Sandler movies of all time. He'd be like, I don't give a fuck. I made a lot of them. If you can make a bad list, it means you've been in a lot of movies.
And all of his bad movies, like let's say Jack and Jill. My youngest daughter, she's on the internet too much, I think, especially when the pandemic was happening. I think she got a little, they got it in her head or something. But which you'd say a lot. What were you saying before, Beef? Right before this?
About the list.
What list?
Like Adam Sandler. Bad
Adam
movies.
Sandler, yeah. Jack and Jill. You know that movie, Jack and Jill?
Yeah, I know that movie.
Yeah, that one's supposed to be like the worst one of all of them.
Yeah.
And Al Pacino's in it.
Yeah.
Al Pacino's in it and like, how did they get him to do it? But anyways, I watch that movie every time. If you take it for what it is, like that, it's a fucking not to be taken seriously, like bubblegum kind of piece of shit movie, then it's great for what it is. Like I don't have a problem with it.
But I bet
it's stupid though.
I bet you Al Pacino, they got him because he lost a bet.
Maybe
shit like that would happen in Hollywood. Those guys are all fucking high on the horse and fucking
maybe.
Oh, yeah, we're gonna do this right now, and if I win this bet, you're gonna do a movie with me and not even ask questions.
What was the one where he was the devil?
Yeah, that was
Little Nicky.
Little Nicky, yeah.
That's a great movie. I can't remember who the star that played.
Rodney Dangerfield's in that.
And then who played Satan? His dad. I can't remember.
Rodney. Wasn't it?
Was it Rodney that played him?
No, was it?
Wasn't it Rodney Dangerfield that played
I
his
don't know.
dad?
But like, he always gets.
Oh, it might have been.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
He always Ozzy was in that movie, for Christ's sake.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then John Turturro's in Mr. Deeds.
Yeah.
And like he gets
very sneaky.
He gets really good actors, and Steve Buscemi's in like all of them.
Yeah.
Now some of the plot lines are kind of dumb, but it was his style.
It's not meant to be taken. Like,
no,
it's not meant to win Oscars. You know,
It's supposed to be an hour and a half of fun.
Yeah. Of just goofing around. I like the fuck.
He got to do a movie with Jennifer Aniston, like that.
Couple.
Many actually. Yeah, you're right.
If you would, now this is a good question. Okay, you have the same. All of a sudden, you wake up one day, you're in the same situation as Adam Sandler, where you can make any movie, you can cast anyone in it. You know,
who's your love interest?
Who are you casting as your love interest? You're casting yourself as a star.
Yeah. Are you single at this point, or are you?
No, you're married. You're married, but as your job, you have to go have a rub your naked body against this one actress for a couple hours. We're going to get a few takes of it. Make sure you get it right. I need to make sure you get all the angles. Oh, shit, I didn't have the lens cap off for the last 3 hours. Let's oil you up and do it again.
That's a good question. That's
the kind of thing I'm talking about. So your wife's going to be like, he's going to work.
And she's in every movie, too, his wife.
His real wife?
Yep.
Really?
Every movie she's in.
Really?
Yep.
Well, I guess when he runs the show pretty well.
So you get to kiss her for sure, though, and have a fake sex scene, which is just like Jamaican dancing.
I haven't heard. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. You ever see a fake sex? My wife watches a lot of shitty B movies, like romance B movies, like Harlequin, like.
Pete, I got you beat, man. My wife watches Christmas movies.
With that,
like the same shit though.
Same shit. Same
Man
plot
for
line.
Christmas. It's that's my wife's.
Yeah.
She loves it. It's like her. That's like my wrestling. She is that shit. It's just as offensive to me as wrestling is to her.
Same formula.
And it's the same
movie.
dumb. You don't have to be smart to watch it. You just have to watch it, and like you have to be. It's actually better if you're dumb. So like it's nice. I like wrestling because I can shut my brain right off.
Mm-hmm.
So anyways, that's what she gets. She likes that instead. But this is shitty. And oh fuck, my point was
It's probably the love scenes in them
the love scenes. Yeah, I watched one the other day. My wife was watching it, and I went in the living room and was watching it. And it's the guy that's married to the girl from Modern Family, the new Charles.
Oh, Sophia.
Sophia, yeah.
Her
husband, the guy that was in Magic Mike, he's
Yeah.
got to do this fake fuck scene in this movie I was watching, and he's like banging the girl like in her, like in her
in the
like
belly.
in the belly, like he's way above where the vag would be.
It's like
you
where
know?
we thought it was.
She'd
when
be
we were
top
growing
3,
up.
I'd say. That Sophia. Whatever.
Really?
Yeah, I'd say top 3.
I thought
me.
she'd be a little bit too old for you.
Oh.
Oh, wait, I don't even care.
You'd like her, eh? A full figured like Spanish gal.
Why not?
He's not pulling out either.
No.
I'd say, what's your number 1?
Who'd I have in a movie?
Yeah, if you could pick anyone. I'm gandering right now on my cell phone.
Tell you what, you can pick an oldie too. Like you could go
Like I'm not going to
Like
say
a girl, I can make her in her prime.
like Sophia Loren or something.
No,
like
like
that.
she was in her prime in the last 20 years.
All right.
Also, I always I like her like a girlfriend, like when you watch her in the movie, you're like I can imagine us hitting it off, and then you think like that, like a train of thought like that, and then you're like, are you out of your fucking mind? Like, stop doing it. You know, she's from St. Thomas. What's her name?
Oh yeah, yeah, for sure.
Oh,
McDavid, McAdams, Rachel
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 McAdams.
McAdams.
Oh,
That's a
good pick. Good
Wow.
pick.
Rachel McAdams.
Even
I like her.
Canadianed it up.
Yeah,
Wow.
but I'll give a
Consolation prize too.
you know, in some movies more than others.
You got a twinkle in your eye right now here.
Yeah.
But I'm going with a redhead,
Oh,
a little Amy Adams. I like Amy Adams,
a
right?
little ginger.
What about?
But then you think Amy Adams, you're like, well, if you're going to go Amy Adams, then why don't you go Borat's wife?
yeah, man.
They're pretty much the same girl,
Yeah,
right?
but funner.
And then, but she's funner, right?
Yeah.
And she's cooler, right?
Yeah.
And then you're like, I haven't seen her fat in a movie. And then,
or
and then, so like, I'm like, scrap Amy Adams. I'll go Borat's wife.
those are two good picks.
So, but I don't. But like, for some reason, Borat's wife isn't like as
She'd be crazy.
as hot to me. But but she is.
Be the most fun
If I look at it on paper, Borat's
she-
wife's hotter than Amy Adams. But
Yeah.
anyway,
She'd be a lot of
Amy
fun.
Adams is a good actress.
All right, Kev, you're up.
But I'm going to still out of those two. I'm going with my first pick. I stick with that strong.
That'd be like
1 and 2.
1 and 2. You threw me off there with Rachel McAdams. Forgot about her.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go Marissa Tomei.
I heard a story about her too.
Marissa Tomei.
No,
Oh, Rachel McAdams.
yeah.
I'm gonna go Marissa Tomei.
Hold on, who's that? Who the fuck's that?
My cousin Vinny girl.
Marissa Tomei.
Oh,
Yeah, she see her in The Wrestler.
Yeah.
Good gracious, eh?
Yeah.
Wow, she held up good, but that's
Yeah.
like 10 years ago,
Yeah.
or at least, or I
We,
don't know.
we get a bit of a grace period, right?
But she doesn't look like she's aging at
No.
all. And
no.
yeah, she's hot.
And we're talking prime, too.
Okay, I kind of like that girl that he picked for his wife in Grown Ups, the Spanish girl.
Oh,
Yeah.
Salma Hayek.
Yeah.
Salma Hayek.
Salma
Oh,
Hayek.
you're
That's a
going
that's a
you're going
good pick, too.
classic.
Yeah.
That's a very like.
I like your pick.
voluptuous-
I
I'm not
like
normally a
lady.
brunette kind of a guy.
I
but
like your
they're
pick.
good.
Ooh, I do like those picks too.
Les?
Wes.
Older women though, I
That's
like that. I'm the one that's gone the youngest. I think I've
Yeah.
skewed the youngest. You don't have a second though.
I like that McAdams.
I'm coming up
You're
here.
banging
I'm coming up on the old second here. One sec.
You're not banging them. You're working with them.
Working with them.
professionally. Yeah.
Jamaican dancing them.
Yeah.
I'd say Charlize Theron.
Oh, good pick.
South
solid.
African.
Good
Yeah.
pick.
Charlize Theron.
That's like
Yeah.
What is she? South African?
South African.
probably Dutch.
Reindeer games. You get to see her tits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just so you know.
I think
like
she'd
Mr. Skin.
I think she'd be a lot of fun. Like, yeah, that's a good pick. Good pick.
Who's number 2?
Number 2.
I was going to say Salma Hayek as well.
Oh, really?
I'll
Selma
share.
Hayek. And I'm going to throw out, because we got Selma Hayek in here, I'm just going to throw her out as like a poor man Selma Hayek, but I'll give her a shout out is Penelope
Oh, yeah.
Cruz.
Oh yeah.
That's a
Oh
nice
yeah,
one,
but
too.
No, Selma Hayek is more beautiful
Yes.
than Penelope Cruz. But
Are
Penelope
you talking
Cruz
like-
is sexy. Like there's something sexy
got a dirty
about her.
factor.
are you talking
about it.
Selma
Yeah.
Hayek in like that fucking movie with
Frida?
Johnny Depp,
No.
I don't know what.
like where he's in Blow?
Oh,
and Blow. No, I'm thinking Salma Hayek
Antonio Banderas.
and Antonio Banderas.
Oh,
Where
like real young.
Desperado.
Yeah, real young Selma.
I got a lot of Mr. Skin books out.
Yeah. I am pretty good at that. If you tell, I don't have their Michigan books, but I just have a good memory for titties. You can just tell me a girl, and I'll tell you what movie you can see her tits in.
Yeah, see, I got a
pretty good at it.
I got a 1A and 1B.
Let's hear it.
Okay, let's hear it.
So I got Sophia, what's her name?
Yeah.
As my as 3, but she's 2. So as 1A and 1B.
I like that.
I'm going Wolf of Wall Street. Margot
Robbie.
Yeah.
That's a
is
good
1A.
pick. Wow.
Oh yeah.
Well done.
And then I'd say like Scarlett Johansson is 1B.
Oh,
which is younger.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
She got a little bit of both worlds.
She likes the funny people too.
She's probably your age, I bet.
Probably not far off.
I would say about who's your first one? Margot Robbie.
Margot Robbie.
Did you see I, Tonya?
Huh?
Did you see I, Tonya?
No.
That movie I, Tonya?
No.
Where she played Tonya Harding?
Oh, no. Is it good?
Yeah. It's really good.
When I was a child...
I love that whole movie. It's great.
My mom and my sister were heavy into figure skating, and that story was like a major part of our household for...
The way they tell that story is really worth watching. It's fun. It's fucking funny.
What's it on? Is it on Netflix or is it on...
Yeah, I think it's on Netflix. But they have it's just funny the way they tell the story, and she plays like a real wacky Tonya Harding.
Does they ugly her up too?
Yeah,
like that's.
Oh, see, that's what you're.
That was Charlize Theron.
That's why I said Wolf of Wall Street. You know,
and
then Scarlett Johansson. Well, you just pick a fucking Marvel movie, and she's very attractive.
Or Lost in Translation, where she's young.
Yeah,
and turn on Bill Murray the whole time.
No, I like her at older, like today age.
I like every age of Scarlett Johansson. You can't beat it.
Yeah.
It's pretty nice, but she's boring as hell
as a person.
Yeah.
Like I just don't think, even when she watch her movies, I'm just bored. Like I'm just bored with her personality.
Sure is pretty though.
Yeah, she's pretty. I like to remember the. I know you're not supposed to admit to this, but remember when all the photos got leaked and you could see people's cell phone photos of them naked, and then hers was one of them.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I
never saw it.
Never saw that one.
Not in front of a mirror. Never saw her.
Yeah, right? Yeah, but it's pretty hard to not to know that there's a picture of her.
Oh, so she got her cell phone pictures hacked. Oh.
Yeah, and you're not supposed to look at them because it's like they invaded her privacy.
Oh, shit.
But there is a picture. If you search it, then you can just see her tits and ass, and then it's like, but that's like a really sexy girl.
Yeah, but you don't know if it's her or not.
No, it's her. It's fantastic. I did look at it.
She's not in front of a mirror in that picture.
How do you not look though? Like, how am I doing any sort of like favor to the person I don't know? Like, I'm just a fan of their work. Why wouldn't I want to see your nipples and your bum crack? You know.
I think Wes won that one though with Charlize Theron.
That was a good pick.
Really?
Yeah, I think so.
Margot Robbie's a good pick too.
Yeah.
There's a lot of hot chicks though. There's a lot of very beautiful women in the world. It's hard to pick them because then you'll just all of a sudden I'll be in bed. I'll think about 20 more.
Yeah.
Knockouts, you know.
And all the listeners are screaming out their favorite. Right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah. You know who I liked in the Olympics is going on right now, and I'm gonna tell you who I ended up falling in love with yesterday was the curler from Italy. She was good looking and she never missed. And then I just found myself becoming such a huge
big fan.
Yeah, she's obviously the best in the world at whatever. She's so good. She never missed. She just kept doing the perfect shots all the time. But she was super natural beauty, really hot, Italian, and how they yell out. It's funny when you hear the Chinese teens yell out hard because they're yelling out hard, which is an English word. Because it's the way you yell in curling, like sweep hard or whatever. But so they yell the English word, but it doesn't sound English when they yell it because it's got the accent or whatever. I don't know. Maybe that's not funny.
They have their own word for hard, you'd think.
They don't, though.
Well, I seen the other day, Japanese was just take the T out of every word.
What? Take the T?
Take the T.
Out of every word.
Mm-hmm.
Well, ache. E out. Oh. How do you do that? Is that, what language is that then?
Japanese.
I just did it?
Like when you say don't.
Oh, like that.
Yeah.
That's how you do a Japanese accent.
I guess that's what I see.
This is how I do a Japanese accent, which is not allowed now. I'm culturally appropriating right now, but this is how I do it. Yes, I will do that in Japan. Like that.
That was pretty good.
Not bad. I do it like that. You all have a giant penis.
I'm not saying I'm right. I'm saying that this was a Japanese person that was English, and they would say, just take the T out, and you get the accent.
I think that is not a racist accent, what I just did, because it's fairly accurate. But if I do a Chinese
to the movies.
It's very racist. Because it sounds nothing like any of their real accent. Mm-hmm. Like you hear Russell Peters do his Chinese accent. That's a real Chinese accent that he's doing. But the one that most of us do when we're just doing it is just very offensive. It's not based on anything other than what we don't know. Like just ignorance. But anyways, I don't know how to do a Korean accent. Hey, if you see the letters of like Chinese lettering, Japanese lettering, and Korean lettering, can you tell the difference?
No.
Yeah, me neither. But now I can. Now I can. My daughter taught me.
Oh, okay. Explain.
The Korean ones are like more round and stuff. They look like characters, and I think everything makes a sound or whatever. I don't know. No, I'm mixing them up now. But the Korean ones look round. Like they're like different. They're different than the other two. And then the Japanese and the Chinese lettering, one of them is stacked, and one of them is like
square,
more
up and down. There are only languages in life where you got to figure symbols out.
Yeah,
there's no letters.
Yeah, I don't understand how they have a typewriter.
Yeah,
how do they have a keyboard for the computer with all those pictures? You know.
Exactly.
Yeah, I don't get it.
Like they're like, so what? One letter is a word.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like
I should have my daughter in here. She can explain it all. We were just in Toronto one time, and there was all these like different different Asian food restaurants, right?
Chinatown.
But they're in their own lettering. So then, but she would be like, "That place is Korean because of the lettering," and then I'd be like, "How do you know that?" And then she's like, "Well, look at it," and then she could tell. And then I realized how dumb I am, like how ignorant I am. Because I just didn't look at, you don't even pay attention enough to it. You just know it's not my lettering.
Right.
So I don't look at it, you know? But then to know that there's even a difference. I don't know. What about Arabic?
That's another one where, never mind. There's a lot of languages as simple as fuck.
Yeah. Like how do they have all these keyboards?
They say English is the hardest to learn, though.
Well, we won, though.
Yeah.
The language that won, thank God, it's the only one I speak.
Yeah, most universal.
Yeah. The French are the ones that I get pissed off about it. They like Quebec's. That's Quebec's big thing. They're like they can't admit that English just won. It's not to do with you. You know, it's got nothing to do with you, Quebec.
Yeah.
Like it's not even to do with Canada. It's just the world. We do business in English in the world.
In the world.
Like so you just have to get over it. You lost. Like,
and it's okay.
You're gonna have to learn English. We don't have to learn French. We don't.
No,
ever.
Unless you want to be fucking prime minister.
Yeah,
you don't even have to.
Or I guess, or work on an airplane,
or coach the Habs.
Yeah, coach the Habs.
Yeah, you gotta fucking speak French.
Stupid rule.
Wow.
Well, it's not a rule, but it's stupid policy.
It's like a unwritten rule, isn't it? Or is it literally a rule?
I don't think it's really a rule.
Yeah, it's
I don't even think. Do you think the Leafs coach has to speak English?
I don't think there's enough French coaches to go around. I think once they get Montreal done, and if Quebec becomes a team, well, fuck, you better find 2 French coaches, man.
No, you get like the best Russian coach or whatever.
Oh yeah.
And he doesn't speak English, and he comes over, but he's the best coach in the world, and he's got a translator, and he brings the translator to the press conference and shit.
Oh, well, hold on. There's a lot of English like coaches, from North American coaches that coach in Russia. Like Mike Keenan went to Russia.
So if you reverse,
but I'm saying just to give the French example for the Habs, you're a Leafs fan, right? So we're here in Ontario, and you find out the Leafs got a new coach, and he's a Russian coach, and he doesn't speak any English.
Don't care.
Don't care.
But he's a really good coach, and he's going to make your team better.
Yeah, I'm
All that
fine with it.
matters.
Because
Yeah.
how many times a week do you listen to Sheldon Keefe? Fuck, barely ever. I want to hear what the players got to say.
Yeah,
he
that's-
speaks fuck anyways. That's all.
And I think
He
that
says fuck every other word. I thought I said it. I thought I said it a lot. He says it a lot.
a play's going wrong up there. Fuck off.
Yeah.
it is fun. That is my favorite part of hockey.
Yeah.
Is or all sports when because they can't you can't bleep.
It's all natural.
bleep it
It's
out,
got to
yeah.
be. It's got to be in the moment and organic. It can't be. Yeah. They can't edit it.
Yeah, it's the miking the players stuff.
They're doing more of that now.
Which then, how do you not say like horrible shit when you're playing hockey?
Well, based on what the videos I've seen of guys when they get mic'd up, they do a nice skate around to the team. Hey, I'm mic'd up. Hey, I'm mic'd up. Hey, so I think there's like a
Oh yeah,
there's a
don't
heavy
say-
conversation
Don't
with
talk
that
about
person.
the rocket in the third row because
Yeah.
your wife might hear it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Don't no hard c words.
yeah, yeah.
I'm on TV. Yeah, it's cool though. I like that real stuff when you can hear
I
them
love it,
trash
man.
talking each
I
other.
like watching that more behind the scenes than I do the real thing. I love the real thing, but
Chirping is my favorite part of hockey.
Mhm.
yeah,
And I like celebration, end zone celebrations in football. That's my favorite part. I like the stuff that they want to ban in all the sports.
yeah. Like when I seen Antonio Brown walking off the Bucks team there the other day, I was like, what was that? 3 weeks ago? I'm like, that's fucking awesome. Oh, what a circus! Like, don't get me wrong, he's a fucking idiot for doing it, but there's obviously some miscommunication there. But for fucking entertainment wise, he's like, oh, I couldn't play, my fucking ankle's all fucked up, and then he's fucking prancing like a fucking deer across the field. Yeah, doing jumping jacks down the field. It's like, bud, you've lost your case here. You know, get the fuck out there and play. You're getting paid. And then it was turned into he was complaining how much money he was making.
Oh yeah.
It's like, yeah, why am I getting a prove-it contract and Brady, your buddy's getting paid big on a performance salary and I'm on an earn it salary? It's like, man, you fucking signed the dotted line. No one forced you to sign.
You imagine people talking about how much you get paid like this, Wes? Like at your job, like people are like talking about how much you deserve and stuff, and then you publicly bitch about your pay.
Yeah.
And then other people talk about you bitching about your pay, like they care. Like it's weird.
It's
isn't it?
weird. Like no one should be knowing that shit other than yourself.
I didn't even know this, but there's one comedian, and she has a job, like a real job, and it's not like a fancy job. It's just a job, right? But it's apparently she makes over $100,000 a year at the job, right?
Sunshine list.
So she makes the sunshine list, and then other comedians looked it up, and then they like bring it up that they know how much money she makes because it's over $100,000. They got if it's a publicly traded company, and you get over $100,000,
it's got to be broadcast.
you got, and so like teachers, for example, part of the teachers union or whatever, they got to publish if you get paid more than 100. So they got all the teachers that like you can go look up who makes more than 100.
It's a lot of them too.
Yeah,
But you knowingly sign up for that.
you don't sign up for it. It's like the law.
That's what I'm saying. You knowingly, when you're working for the county.
You know that your
that
pay will become
potentially-
public. Yeah,
If you make
Now,
100.
and that goes for the same, I guess, in the sports
in
industry.
sports. Yeah,
But to be fucking
but I think even that's
for
weird.
someone else to sit on like in this setting, knowing that other person could hear and bitch about it, and you're bitching about what that person's making, it's like that's just wrong. You know what I mean? Like,
Also,
it's not that other person's fault. They fucking the contract they signed was better.
in sports, your agent always knows what other players are getting paid, right?
Right.
But in real work, like when I was working, I didn't know what all my coworkers were getting
Me neither.
paid, and I knew I was getting paid less than some of them that I was way better at, at my job.
Yeah, you could make a round assumption.
And I'm like, this old guy's been shit for like the last 2 decades. He's definitely getting paid more than me, and
Now that's easy to say when you're making a judgment on like years in. You can easily figure, okay, he's been in it for 20 years. He's probably making this.
Yeah.
Now, what was bothering you the most is he was taking experience and saying, you know what, I'm just gonna fucking take it easy just because of my experience. Not whereas you were like, it's all about earning. It's all about earn.
Even now, if you're a teacher,
Yeah.
you just have to, like, in Canada,
gotta
in
show
Ontario, you just got to show up, and you're going to get a raise. You go every year, like, you're the matrix that gives you your money. It's like your pay goes up if you live a year longer and work a year longer, and that's you didn't do anything to deserve it, right? So if you have another teacher who's out there like busting their ass trying to like add to go over and above and do things to become
add value to society,
really good, that person should get a raise based on their merits, but most likely they won't. They'll just get put into the, like, you've been there another year, so you get a raise. So it turns out anyone that's been there longer, even if they've been doing shit the whole time they're there, even if they're awful at their job the whole time they're there, they keep getting a raise every year, and they don't.
I bet you they never used to do that, like in the 80s and early 90s.
It's probably meritocracy then.
Yeah. It probably was, and now it's done.
Wait, say that again? What do you mean by that?
Oh, like you get raises based on your merit, like how well you perform.
Right, that's what and I think now that's what society's become, a bunch of bullshit now, where it's just assumed.
Fair. It's not fair.
It's not fair if I don't get my raise.
We switched. We had to fight. I had to fight for it at my old job. We would fight to, like, say like we should be based on what we do, not. And so they changed it a bit.
Yeah.
For us, yeah. But that's kind of what we like. We try to say, like, shouldn't just be like punching in, and then you show up, you get a raise. Like, so the shitty people are be the only ones that stay.
Yeah.
The ones that are working their ass off are going to be like, fuck this place. I'm working my ass off. I'm not getting more money. Like, this guy does nothing. He gets, the guy doing nothing's like, I got great. Figured it out. Don't do nothing. Get more money every year,
Yeah. I'll go start my own company. Make a dick rocket.
Yeah. If you look at any good place to work, the good people are usually the ones that don't stay.
Yeah.
And then the ones that stay are the ones that are like, just keep the bitterness and like keep making everything like more and more poison.
Yeah.
And until it's done. I have to say, we ran out of time. We ran out of time for this show, but I did want to say big news in the ratings of our show. We have had a long time top 10 list since the beginning of the program. And for the longest time, we had 2 episodes tied for number 1 overall. It was Fred Eaglesmith and Quit Your Job, The Return of the Rooster. And they were for years neck and neck for first position. Over the last year or two, Fred Eaglesmith has like taken off to be number 1 by a mile. And Quit Your Job, Return of the Rooster has stayed in second place, just sitting there, right? Meanwhile, quietly, over all this time, Porno and Fisting Are German.
What?
Has decided to make a charge. And Porno and Fisting Are German is now solidly our second highest rated episode of all time.
Shit is changing.
Yeah. The Mike Staggs moved up the list heavy. Off the list is Pete's birthday. It's fallen off the top 10. Jamaica's entered the list. Whiskey Night with Jason Ryder off the list. Like some solids like since
Whiskey Night with Jason Ryder.
2014.
That was number episode like single
4,
digit. Yeah, single digit.
Yeah, like we're knocking like the originals off the list with some of these shows. So
the OGs are gone.
Yeah. And now Porno and Fisting Are German. It may actually, who knows? Another year from now, we'll be talking about it, and now Porno and Fisting Are German could take a crack at Eaglesmith, be our number 1 episode all time.
Craziness.
Wouldn't that be something? But it is crazy how that one episode, and it was just like this, really. Like, it was nothing. We didn't have anything really planned. And for some, I think just the title or whatever.
Yeah.
Dirty People.
Threw a good word in there.
Yeah, people love that episode. Anyways, that's number 2. I just want to say that quickly. And for those of you, we didn't get a chance to get to your feedback this week. But if you'd like to provide us with some go to livefromthedutchhall@gmail.com or thedutchhall@gmail.com, Instagram, Twitter, all that stuff. We're either the Dutch Hall or Dutch Hall or whatever. You'll find us. Also, if you'd like to support our Patreon and join our one Patreon subscriber, our Queen Jen Husko, go to patreon.com/Dutch Hall, and you can get access to the forbidden video that we can keep only until the guy who's in the video that objects to it finds out that we're letting you see it, and then we have to take it down. So if you do that now, we promise we'll send you that video. And that's it, everybody. And there was something else I had to ask somebody, but I forget. We don't have time anyways.
Next time.
We'll have to do that next week. But until next week, we will see you, NT. See you next Thursday. Bye-bye, everybody. Hey, just because I think our prime minister is a pussy robot who is only parroting the opinions of the global elite,
Right.
doesn't make me a right-wing nut job.
Does not.
Isn't that fucking hilarious?
Sorry, I just have to figure out how to stop this. End live video. End.
Out of this week.